This is 1983's Frightmare, the horror film from Trauma.
But it's pretty shitty, and what do you expect from Trauma? But I liked it for its trash value, and it's got some pulse to it, so it's got some.
It's not as comedic as you might think for being a Trauma film, because it was made in like the early 80's. And it's more dark and atmospheric and lurid than your average Trauma film. And it gets Jeffrey Combs' first film appearance, apparently. And he dies, and that's not really a spoiler, considering, oh man, it's not a spoiler. Think about it. I mean, he's a teenager in an early 80's horror film. Of course he's going to die. But his character is not as stupid as this one girl who was like, I'm gonna go and check the cellar for this couple, and even Jeffrey Combs' character isn't dumb enough to go down and check the cellar. Anyway, it's a pretty decent plot line. Keckler recommended this to me a few years ago, and the only reason why I didn't watch it is because once I found out it was a Trauma film, I thought it was gonna suck. But like I said, it's not as bad as most Trauma films. Basically it's about this horror film legend, kind of like a Vincent Price, Bela Lugosi type, who's an aging horror actor who's about to lose it, and he's dying, and he collapses at this seminar, and he eventually dies. And he was really, this guy, like, basically you could tell he was into black magic and sold his soul in real life to, like, get as far as he did in his film career and his Hollywood career. They even show him killing the director in the opening scene. It's pretty dope, of this horror commercial that he's doing. And so he dies, and it's about these group of teenagers who end up stealing his body, his corpse actually, at this graveyard. And so there's some decent shots. A lot of it's too dark and like, but and his body's being held in this mausoleum type of crypt. It's not like they dig up his body underground, but and then they take it back to this mansion, and you know what happens after that. One by one they start dying. But then there's a subplot of this psychic and his wife, and his wife eventually learns through the psychic, like, that Conrad, that's the old actor, that his body's missing. So she, like, finds out through the psychic that they took it to the mansion, and the wife calls the mansion, and one of the kids answers the phone, and she's like, "Where's my husband's body?" He's like, "How'd you get this number?" And she's like, "From Conrad." And it's like a hilarious line. And there's not much to say about the rest of it. It kind of like loses its speed as it goes on, even though the deaths are in the second half. I mean, it's not as intriguing and mysterious. He kind of rises once they unleash him from the crypt. It's kind of like unleashing his black magic, and like he crossed over at that point, and then to unleash his soul again onto the earth, he obviously learned new powers. So he even levitates his coffin and like crushes this one girl with it, and a bunch of random deaths, like strangling them, and then, like I said, cutting off what's his name's head, Jeffrey Combs' head. I love Jeffrey Combs in Reanimator. He's an awesome actor. And then he went on to be a great character actor. And, what else do I have to say? I don't really want to spoil the ending or anything, but overall I'd say it's a C+. Decent watch. It's an alright time waster for me and Keckler. And that's about it. That's all I have to say on this subject. I'm out. Thanks for watching.